frustrating part, I believe, about the Dallas Mavericks now is them trying to replace a team that wasn't even expected to go to the NBA Finals. The Dallas Mavericks this year was not even, nobody had them on the radar to go to the Finals, to compete, anything like that. To even make that Finals run that they did in the Western Conference, that was very difficult, by the way. They defeated the Timberwolves, and I want to say they defeated another high caliber team that wasn't even, I can't think right now. But I know it was a tough run. So by the time they got to the Celtics, they weren't conditioned enough. They were outnumbered. KP came back for the Celtics on that end, and just Tatum and Brown, it just became too much, right? But they weren't expected to go. And they had the leadership, and they had the maturity, and they had the chemistry between Kyrie and Luka. And you dismantled that with a trade that was just unnecessary, in my personal opinion, right? You bring Anthony Davis, he gets injured again because he's injury prone, right? Kyrie suffers a season-long injury. Then you recruit Cooper, and now all three of these guys below me never got a chance to play together. Now Anthony Davis has been traded for Chris Middleton. Now he's a Dallas Maverick. You chased replacing an NBA team that wasn't supposed to go to the finals. They made it. They showed that they can make it, and with a little bit more conditioning and a few more pieces, because you had Lively, you got Gafford, you had PG Watt, you still got PG Washington. You have all these pieces. You just were missing some conditioning and some. But instead of being loyal to teams like back in the day, you guys force these superstar teams that, because on paper it sounds good, instead of letting things organically flow. You weren't supposed to go to the finals this year, so you made it your mission to keep replacing and keep trying to build and do this and force chemistry, and just instead of letting it be, right? Now, I personally believe it's going to take a little bit more time. It's peaks and valleys with every organization. I'm not saying the Mavericks can't win a championship again, right? But the frustrating part as a fan and watching this for a couple years now is watching them chase to replace a team that had built organically and naturally chemistry and try to force it with superstardom on paper because everybody else is doing it. The Dallas Mavericks has never been an organization, and they've never been a market that people just wanted to rush to. I remember years back when Dirk was just playing his tail off, right? And nobody was wanting to come to Dallas. I want to go to Houston. I want to go to San Antonio. I want to go to Miami. I want to go to LA. They want to go to these markets that, were popular. Dallas was just focusing on winning, and we're going to stay loyal to Dirk. We're going to continue to build around him. And then it happened in 2011. And it could have happened, I believe, the following year after this team made it. And I believe they still could have, if they were a little bit more conditioning and a couple more pieces, they could have beat the Celtics. But it didn't happen that way because now you're really forcing it. I'm just interested to see